Let's go live. Excellent day to you all from everywhere you're listening to me from. This is Dr. Adekunle Badmos, United Nations Ambassador for Quality and Affordable Education in the whole of Africa, UN Diplomat on Government Bilateral Trade in the whole of Africa. It's the mind surgery revolution of the global clusters. Let everyone share the link with their friends, family, and acquaintances and their neighbors. And today, we'll be diving into it almost immediately. Mind surgery revolution of the global cluster. Before then, let's have the intro of the mind surgery while we await the surgeon of the day.
Imagine a world where your mind is your greatest ally. Welcome to the Mind Surgery Revolution by the Global Clusters. This movement is all about transforming your inner world, building mental resilience, cultivating mindfulness, and overcoming the barriers within. At Global Clusters, we believe in the power of introspection and self-awareness to heal, elevate, and empower. Through emotional intelligence and cognitive growth, we can unlock our full potential and face life's challenges with clarity and strength. Think about it. Leaders today are overwhelmed by expanding expectations and digital distractions. But by prioritizing core values and focusing on what truly drives us, we can navigate this complex world with ease. The history of neurosurgery, with pioneers like Harvey Cushing, shows us the incredible advancements in understanding our brains. Similarly, the mind surgery revolution invites you to revolutionize your mindset, just as brain surgery has revolutionized treatment. Even cutting-edge brain-computer interfaces are showing us the limitless potential of the brain's plasticity. But it's not just about technology. Holistic health approaches, like those from Dr. Rangan Chatterjee, emphasize the crucial connection between mind and body. Transform your mind, and you'll transform your world. Be part of the mind surgery revolution by joining us at theglobalclusters.org. Stay tuned for updates, events, and tools to elevate your mental resilience and well-being. Every meeting matters. Don't miss your chance to grow with us.
Every meeting matters. Don't miss your chance to go with us. It's the mind surgery revolution of the global clusters. And we say instead of end SARS, instead of end bad governance, let's engage the mind surgery revolution. Mind surgery revolution. Don't let us create chaos in our community. Don't let us create unrest in our community. Let everyone come together. Let us engage in critical thinking, creative thinking, innovative thinking, thinking out of the box, developing great memory, flexibility, speed, focus. And let's call a meaningful Nigerian or a meaningful African or a meaningful person in our world today to be the surgeon of the day, to be the mind surgeon of the day, so that they can share their story. When you listen to people's story, their story can perform surgery for you. And this surgery, can help you navigate life well. You understand? This can help you navigate life very well. So that is the essence of the mind surgery revolution. Um, we like to give people some sort of background. The 001 mind surgery revolution, great shout out to her. That is Dr. Michelle Uko, presently, in a time zone that is not favorable to Nigeria right now. I think they're in the midnight of the United States of America, and they are currently sleeping right now, maybe around 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. as maybe, depending on the zone. But great shout out to the mastermind herself, that is Dr. Michelle Oko. If you're watching on Facebook, on Instagram, on X, if you're watching on any of our social media handle, on TikTok, please kindly share this um, um, program to your friends and family. It's like some sort of jump start, We use it to jumpstart ourselves for the week. You understand? We know that Monday is a time that everyone have one activities or the other and all of that. So we use this program to actually jumpstart ourselves. It's an hour program, you know, to engage, to listen to another interesting story. We listen to stories and we learn from those stories. And every one of us give our own submission as regard what we have heard. And I want to, before the sojourn of the day arrive, I quickly want to give some sort of background. You know, uh, Developed nation, they are developed as a result of its developed nation is a consortium of developed mindsets, developed people. When they see someone and they say, this guy is developed, this guy is this, is mind, is their mind that actually have that, is their mind that is developed. So developed nation is as a result of developed mindset. And a lot of people, their mind actually have kwashiorkor. It's like skeleton. It does not have any meat in it because mind equally needs its own food to grow. When they talk to someone and said this person has lost his or her mind, if they say this person lost his mind, it means the person's could not handle maybe the news he got. And so as a result of that, because he could not fathom it, that news actually destabilized the person. And because the news destabilized the person could not, actually, do it. So today, critical thinking, creative thinking, listening to the story we're about to listen to today, you know, there are things that normally, there are things that normally, actually engage people. There are things that normally make sure that people have a developed mindset. Without not wasting time, we have our surgeon of the day here today. We have our surgeon of the day here today, and that is in the person of Mr. Peace Obeshere. And you're going to, the government is talking about green energy, all of that. This is an authority on this field. And I want uh, him to come to the spotlight right now. And he's going to be taking us on a journey that I want you to invite your friends, family. When we were talking earlier today, he said, my story ambassador, the community they are going to learn a lot. Not just the community, even the baby that they are giving birth to today, and the one they will give birth to later on, they will meet this story and it will resonate with them. So without not wasting time, I would want to also bring Mr. Peace to the spotlight. Sir, excellent morning to you, sir. And
Good morning.
we want to learn from you. We want to learn what's your childhood like, what's your adult, teenagehood like, what's your adulthood like. How can how can you teach us? Please teach us. Let us learn from you today. We actually want to learn from you, from your story. So over to you, sir, Mr. Peace.
Thank you very much, Ambassador. So sorry I joined late. I was in another meeting with
Yes.
your team. So he needed some very key vital information. And
Mhm.
I told him I have a meeting already with you. He said, no, please just let's get this sorted out. And I was able to quickly get off the meeting so I can join you guys. I first of all, I want to appreciate the leadership of Global Clusters, and this is the first of its kind. Trying to change the mindset of the average Nigerian, not just Nigerian, average African, or average individual all over the world about
Mm-hmm.
the way they should see things and the way they should think. And for
Yes.
me, it is key. And I'm just going to just share a bit of my story. How I started, how I got to where
Mm-hmm.
I am. I remember the first time I met Ambassador. I met Ambassador in Genesis Global Church. Ambassador,
Mm.
right?
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Yes, sir.
And yes, and I was privileged to share a bit of God's thoughts with the congregation there. And my after I left, Prophet told me there are people outside who wants to see me. And when I came outside, I saw a couple of people, and they came to me.
Mm.
They said, "We know you, sir. You were always preaching, and so many years ago
Mm.
you preached to us. We know you, sir. We know you around this area. You're always preaching and the rest of it,
Mm.
So it was when I shared my story with them, it was a game-changing moment for them never to give up. I
Mm-hmm.
was
Mm-hmm.
born and bred because I was not privileged to attend the big private schools like every other person. I attended a public school. In fact, I attended Bolade Grammar School. At the time, Bolade Grammar School was a den of agbiros, the likes of the MC Oluomo, Bomboy, and the rest of it, But somehow we found ourselves there because of the the the
Mm.
background we were coming from. But one thing kept us so unique. We were determined and we were very conscious of where God is taking us to. And I remember writing GC when I was in SS2. And when I wrote GC in SS2, I already made my papers. I made all my papers, and it was an opportunity for the principal at that time to bring me in the assembly and tell them, oh, Peace wrote his GC in SS3, has already made his papers. So before I could
Mm.
get to SS3, I've already gained admission to study in the Federal University of Technology over. So
Mm.
one of the things that has kept me going was always thinking outside the box. You know, I've
Mm.
um, I've always think a man can achieve anything no matter what it is. If his heart is
Mm.
set up to achieve it, nothing can
Mm.
stop it. It has got nothing to
Mm.
do with prayer. It has got
Mm.
nothing to do with fasting. It's about conviction and mentality.
Mm.
So at an early stage, I had that conviction. So I knew I was not just going to be an ordinary person. Even when I gained admission into the university, that same mentality, went with me. I think in my second year in university, I became a member of the Society of Plastic Engineers in the UK,
Mm-hmm.
and also a member of the American Chemical Engineering Institute, based
Mm.
in the US. I was their student representative. At the time, I was
Mm.
heading about 25 campuses around West Africa as the student
Wow.
member, as the head of the student member. So it was an opportunity for me to express myself. I'm an engineer. My background is engineering, but I just at the time I saw myself excelling in every other thing. Like my spiritual father will always say, even though you even though if I'm not preaching the gospel, if I'm selling pure water, I would end up becoming one of the most successful pure water seller in Nigeria. So it's about conviction, and it was the
Mm.
mentality I was running with. It's the
Mm.
mentality I had all through my stay in the university. But something was special about me is my relationship with God. I never for once compromised it. I made sure my stand with God was perfect. I made sure my stand with God was right. I had a white garment background. My parents were children
Mm.
and seraphim. So
Mm.
at the time when I got into university, I started attending um, other fellowship. But I felt there's this perception people have about the white garment. But for
Mm.
crying out loud, that is my background, and it has actually helped me. So that was
Mm.
when I started pushing. So I was going to different fellowship, castle, knifers, winners, and trying to identify members who are from the white garment from the Internal Circuit Order of Children and Seraphim. So the moment I was able to identify them, we started the first White Garment Campus Fellowship called the Mount Zion Youth Campus Fellowship. And people who know me to be a preacher, because I preach in the lecture hall, they were like, "Peace, are you for real? Are you a member of the White Garment Church?" I said, "Yes, actually I am." And I remember that fateful day when the head of that is the Baba Ladura, the person of Otubu, who was a two-time accountant general, he visited the campus. It was a shutdown. Luckily enough for us, he was a very close colleague with the vice chancellor. You know, Michael Otubu was the founder and owner of Zenith Bank. You know, they still own majority share in Zenith Bank, and he was the head of the children's church. So it was an avenue for me to bring him into the campus. So he saw what I was doing. He was amazed. And at that time, the vice chancellor said, according to the laid down rule by the Nigerian University Commission, we are not allowed to give land to churches like this. We only give land to Catholics, to Anglican, and to the Muslims. So there and then, land allocation was given to us. That was how we started the campus fellowship. And boom, it expanded to other schools, and till today, the legacy of the Mount Zion Youth Society Campus Fellowship still lives on across all universities. Why? Because one man out there took a step. It was all like that until when I graduated from the university. I studied polymer engineering. When I was doing my project, I felt there is a need for us to. I didn't just want to do an ordinary project like every other person. So I was particular about wanting to bring in a disruption that will cause a change. We realized that during rainy season, it is always difficult to get good quality visual production with satellite owners like the DSTV. So when it's raining, I don't know if you agree with me, there's always issues. It's either the visuals are not coming up right because there's no proper transmission from the cable band to the dish. So I felt, what are we going to do to address this challenge? I came up with a project at the time. I was able to use a polyester resin to create a dish that is that will not degrade, and that will also help to address a reception issue even when it's raining. And lo and behold, when we tested it without subscribing to any without using a DSTV decoder, during the time I was doing a display to the members of the Senate, because God actually did in such a way that while I was presenting my project, it was during Senate meeting. So the members of the Senate were like, "Oh, let's see what this young man is doing." So at the end of the day, we had 54 free-to-air channels without any subscription. It was raining. There was no disruption. The visuals were perfect. So there and then, I was selected to present it at Abuja in the Nigerian University Commission project display. And somehow, you know how things are. I don't know what happened, and I just graduated, and I left the university campus. So when I left the university campus, I got an option, because I remember I worked with Adas Petroleum during my IT days. So it was a period of decision for me. I needed to be sure where God is taking me to, because one of the most dangerous things that will ever happen to a man, if a man is leading himself. God's leading is distinctive, and when he's leading will give you a sort of peace. But you must understand that when God leads, there's a wilderness experience. And when wilderness experience has been passed, you are now in your enthronement. So when I left the university, I felt I needed to do things myself. I remember what doing when I was in university. I just loved the media. One of the persons that inspired me so much at that time was Larry Zamoji. I so much loved him. I felt I needed to do something within the media space, and I started studying digital television production. I read a book on digital television production, volume one and volume two, and one day the Imo State Broadcasting Corporation, made a public notice for people. They wanted to employ a director. So it's not my field. So somehow I submitted my letter, and we passed the written interview. We now went for the the oral interview where we need to meet with the management of the Imo State Broadcasting Corporation. And at the end of the day, I was selected as the number one. So, but something happened. I told them I was open to them. I said, my first degree is not in communication, is not, I'm an engineer. So they were like, so how did you get to know all this? I said, well, it was a personal process. I had to teach myself. I read books. I went to library. At the time, I was using our school library. So the librarian at the time was a very good friend of ours, a family friend. So he was helping me get materials that are, in that line. They were like, wow, and you were able to do this. So they said, but unfortunately, we cannot employ you. But then you are free to partner with us. That was when I started two major programs, Advertisers Half Hour and and Kiddies Expression Show in the East. It was on air for 3, 4, 5 years, and after I left, I moved back to Lagos, and the passion for wanting to go into media was very strong. So I met a guy called Chidi, and I also met a guy called Tony. We started developing a paperwork on presenting to any of the bank MDs so that we can replicate what we have, the Universal Studios, your Paramount Pictures, and the rest of it. So it took us 2 years to be able to get an appointment. Eventually, we met with the MD of Skybank, Akinfemiwa, who owns majority share in Heritage Bank. I won't forget that meeting, 3 Adishola Street in Victoria Island. It was just a 15-minute meeting. We're facing the MD. I did the presentation, Tony spoke, Chidi spoke. The first question the man asked, how much do you guys need? And one myself, £2 million just came out of the mouth of Tony. That was the beginning of Yes Media. We took over the media and entertainment sector. The changes you're seeing now was what we did. I was trained by Sonny BNG as an A&R person. I got privileged to travel abroad for training, and I was exposed to the big and mighty in the entertainment industry in Los Angeles. So we started moving for genuine change. We felt our artists don't even understand what the business is. We started teaching them all over again. So what we used to see before now is artists getting paid for performances, getting paid for one useless man in Alaba that will tell you, I want to buy your album. The man will just give you 10 million and that is all. So we opened them up into a system called the publishing system, where which is the highest revenue generating stream for music business. So what is publishing? Publishing is, plugging yourself into a system where whenever they play your songs, per spin, they pay certain amount. In every utility, London Heathrow Airport, in clubs, wherever in restaurants across the world, in public utilities, wherever in the world your songs are played. per spin, they'll pay you. So the collecting society looks at how many times your songs have been played over time, because each of these um, this collecting society have catalogs. Sometimes most of those catalogs, if you check the African catalog, you see the likes of Bonner, you see the likes of Fela. Fela was making so much money at the time. I told them that Fela may be dead, but he makes much more money than any of these guys. So we started opening them up until today. The entertainment industry has gotten to where it is. Now, the likes of Whiskey can tell you, in digital publishing alone, I made about 6 billion this year. Spotify, Amazon, name them, the streamings. So we started the move. We started, creating the awareness, and what happened to us was a blow. 2010, when Soludo came into power, Soludo came in with a policy of abolishing universal banking. When universal banking was abolished, universal banking means no banks are allowed to have any subsidiary. If our venture banks are having any subsidiary, they should break away from their subsidiary and run as a singular entity. So universal banking was abolished. At the time, we were still using Akin Adeshola as our office. We did a whole lot of stuff. I know some of us know the saying yes to your dream, Skybank, Yes Media. So those were some of our projects, and we started a remarkable project that was going to change the landscape of African movie production forever. And I was at the forefront of that project. It was a Shango project, sir. In fact, I visited the Oni of Ife. I visited the University of Ibadan. In fact, we had to partner with the University of Ibadan through the head of the faculty head. So we got lots of information about the Shango project. It was supposed to be a blockbuster movie that will change the narrative globally in African storytelling. So I was in the forefront of that project. I was getting materials. I was doing all I can. At the time, the bank had already contacted KPMG, to do a feasibility study. We want to invest in this movie. So we need you to do a feasibility study so we can get projections on how much we can make. At the time, there's a lot of stories about Shango. Shango's story should have been sold to the global world in the way they are selling the Superman story. They are selling Thor. These are not real stories. These are fiction. But we have a real story we need to sell to the world. So I remember having a detailed meeting with the Oni of Ife at the time. I was always in the University of Ibadan trying to rub minds with the dean of the faculty at the time. A lot of things were coming up. We now contracted a lady from the US who finally wrote the script. Sir, the script was something else. She was about $100,000 to do that script. When I saw this, I knew there was no way we would have done that production without hitting box office of about $700 million. I was too certain we're going to make it big. But guess what happened? When KPMG came up with a projected budget of about $20 million, because 80% of that money was going to paying A-list actors. So we had Halle Berry, we had Jimo Husu. I don't know if you know Halle Berry, the X-Men lady that did it. She's a popular American actor. Halle Berry. We had Jimo Husu. Jimo Husu has done a couple of movies. He did. I don't know if you've seen Blood Diamond. I don't know if movies well. Blood Diamond. And we met. So when they did their calculation, they came up with a projected budget of about $20 million. So during the course of our board meeting, where the secretary of the bank, Bimbola Izu, was also acting as the chairman of the chairman of Yes Media, And when they came up, they said, this is the budget that KPMG has given us, $20 million. So I looked at it and I said, man, can you just give me 1 month? Let me work on this and come up with another budget, because this budget is high. They looked at me, they said, Peace, how are you going to do it? I said, man, can you just give me that permission to go ahead? She said, yes. She gave me the permission. So what I did differently was I started contacting their charity foundation. In fact, I contacted the charity foundation for Aliberry, contacted the charity foundation for Jimohusu, contacted the charity foundation of what's this lady's name, Charlie Steron. So I was pushing an African project. Like, it is an opportunity for them to give back to Africa, to support the African project. So they were not looking at it like a money spending. They are looking at it like a corporate social responsibility. So they all agreed to the terms. Oh, please, we're in. But you need to foot our bills. And I always fly with my peers, about 6, 7 of them, and the rest of it. When we collectively made the final budget, it was less than $7 million.
Wow.
What we arrived at. And when I made my presentation that day, I remember the chairman of, yes, she couldn't hold herself. She said, please see me after the meeting. I went to her office, she opened her drawer and brought in some bunch of dollars and gave it to me. And somehow, even though I still have the script, issues came in. Akifa Nwa left as the MD of Skybank, and the new MD came, which is Dro Timieti. He wasn't too good with what Akifa Nwa did, and he called for investigation into the activities of Yes Media, and that was how Yes Media ended. But the impact we made in the entertainment industry still speak today. So the next thing I asked God, what next? What else do you want me to do? Because I come down, I felt I'm coming in to impact the world. I didn't see a 5 to 6 work as something that can help me. I got offered in millions. I didn't see it as something that will help me. So I needed to do something that I have control over. So there and I started all over again. By the hand of God, I got selected by the Agor Foundation. I was trained in the US, in Florida, on climate change. That was where my transition into climate change and renewable energy started. Upon my return, I felt, what will I do? I felt the biggest problem we have in this part of the world is awareness. I did a study. I went to campus. I remember I went to Unilag. I started asking people about climate change. Do you know what climate change is? Not even university students know what climate change is. So I knew it was a problem. I went to secondary schools. None even know what climate change is. So what I did was I remember writing a proposal to Fashola that I want to launch a magazine. I need his support. And to the glory of God, 2 weeks after that proposal came, I got a call from the office of the governor. They said, oh, please, you have to come into means of identification. And that was when Fashola gave me about 5 or 10 million naira. That was the beginning of high school standard magazine. Aregbesola was also supportive. He was the chief launcher. We had it launched in the LTV complex. It was huge. We launched the magazine. The magazine was all over the schools in Lagos. The magazine started changing the mentality and the mindset of our younger generation. And they started understanding what climate change is and what they can do as individuals to fight climate change. Oh, some of them will go to their mommy. Mommy, you don't have to burn these things. You don't need to burn plastics. They are causing a lot of problem in the climate. You are meeting the awareness was so strong. I was invited to speak at several forums in Nigeria, outside Nigeria, and across the world. So that was how my transitioning into climate change started.
Wow.
So how did God open the door for me?
Mm.
There's a company called Chin. They wanted to come into Nigeria. They are manufacturers of solar panel and transformers. They are the largest manufacturers of solar panel in the world. It's a Chinese company, but it's a consortium of a Chinese and a Jewish company called the BNSG. They wanted a country director. And somebody somehow just recommended me. And they called and said they wanted to have a virtual meeting with me. At the time, I was in Kenaland doing Shino. So they said, okay, let's have the meeting. So I didn't know what I was telling them, but I knew I was just talking. At the end of the meeting, they said, please, you've been appointed as our regional, our director for the MD of BNS in Nigeria. I'm not just the MD, I'm an equity owner in the company. They gave me about 1.5% equity. And that was how we started BNS. So from BNS, somehow God started directing my path. And I kept my speaking engagement was super proactive. I was speaking in Solar Outlook Africa. I was speaking in
Mm.
Johannesburg. I was speaking in Turkey. I was just going around, pushing the African, the Pan-African idea to the world because I saw that
Mm.
there's a whole lot of things and Africans are left behind. I was in Egypt in COP conference, COP 27 in Egypt. In fact, I was the only black person in that place. Every other
Mm.
person are white. So a guy, in fact, the guy that took my pictures there said he saw the screen and saw my name displayed on it, Pisobichere. He said, this will be a Nigerian. Let me enter and know what this guy is saying. So it was the guy
Mm.
that took those pictures for me. I've addressed heads of development finance institutions, and they've
Mm.
seen the passion. For us, it's not primarily about money. We've defeated the love for money. For us, it's about passion.
Yes.
So we
Mm.
pushed it, and that was how somebody from Remedy had saw me. In fact, the guy couldn't meet up with me because immediately after my speaking engagement, I got an interview with DW Channel. So, but at the end of the day, the guy couldn't meet up with me. So he somehow found my name, sent me a lengthy message on LinkedIn, and he said he was going to bring me up with the global CEO. Please, we think you're the right person and stuff like that. So what I did over time was I started developing myself. I started taking certification program with the Renewable Energy
Mm.
Institute based UK. I had certification in renewable energy generation. I had
Mm.
certification in carbon. So there's a whole lot Africans don't know. Sir, if you remember during the course of the meeting, they were asking, what about carbon credits? Remember the man asked that question.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
It's another money space. So that man that asked that question is in the US because he knows what it is.
Yes.
When I tell you billions, Africans are losing billions of dollars on carbon credit earning.
Mm.
He said, what you don't know, you will never benefit from it.
Mm. Mm.
Knowledge is power.
Yes. So.
Knowledge is power. So
Mm-hmm.
when I put them up with what we should be gaining ordinarily from carbon credit, they were really amazed. And then I signed a contract with Gaia and Mundovet based in Istanbul and Geneva in Switzerland. Maybe when I come to Istanbul, you meet her. She was a
Mm.
former executive director HSBC Bank before she went to start up her
Mm.
company. She also owned a development bank in Dubai. You know, she saw the passion and what we want to do and how we want to go about it. Today, as I speak with you, sir, she's busy
Mm.
doing all our links to make sure she gets in $50 million fund for
Mm.
our mitigation projects here in Nigeria and other African
Mm.
countries. So
Mm.
it has been about pushing. You just don't need to. It's not sometimes about money. I remember when I met with the owner of the Palms, who now bought over ShopRite. I don't know, it was Alhaji Obesere, the musician that took me to him. When I met him, the guy said, please, I'm the biggest landlord in Nigeria. I brought ShopRite into Nigeria. I'm the owner of the Palms. I said, you know the Palms? No, I said, yes. He started calling the Palms in Lekki, Sabah, and every other places. And he told me something. He said, please, I want to work with you. But there's somebody, when I did my investigation, I realized you already had a local partner. Sir, the man brought $100,000. It was a bill of $100, I think $100 notes. He put it on the table and said, please, take this money. I have a tower on the island, on Ikoyi, and I have a penthouse. Nobody is staying there. You can go and live there. Bring me in as the local partner. Take this other guy off. And I looked at him and said, sir, in as much as we need money, we've conquered our love for money. Alhaji basically could not believe himself. I walked out of that meeting not even looking at that man's direction. That was where I earned my respect with Alhaji. If I call Alhaji now, Alhaji can take me anywhere. Because he has seen that he's chasing a vision. And at the right time, when God is said to bless you, nobody will stop it.
Yes.
So sometimes you tell me, please, at this level, you should be living in Banana Island. It's just because you are not smart. You are doing oli. When the company I was working for, in fact, they sent a memo. The guys from TCM approved the memo for $2 million. They said they will cover it. Whatever question that will come for it, they will cover it. It was $2 million to get evacuation and TCN approval. And the guys in TCN will cover it. The guys in Ministry of Health will cover it. That I should just sign it. And when the $2 million come out, they give me $1 million. They owe $1 million. So I told them, I'm not looking for that kind of money. I'm not. But the truth is, do you need money? Yes, I do.
But
guys were so upset. What is wrong? What is wrong with this man? This white people that have been are telling you how to make money. You are saying, but at the end of the day, we didn't do it. So I stood on my ground, and I felt when the right time come, God.
Yes, we'll make the right money.
Now God has put before us a technology that is changing everything. So you see the level of meetings we've been having back to back. In fact, I had to have a meeting with the president of Burkina Faso. In fact, when I just came back from Benin Bissau, they said the president wanted to see me. We had a virtual meeting. We had the president of Mali. We had the president of Eswatini. These are people who want this technology. So access to them becomes easy. So now they are not just seeing us as, they are beginning to look us in the light. This is the guy that will change stuff for Africa. Yes, I'm a Pan-African, and we've been invited. I've been invited in November to address the Pan-African Parliament. All the parliamentarians in all the 54 African countries gather 4 or 5 every year in South Africa to deliberate, to discuss, and to push the continent forward. So in this November section, I will be addressing the Pan-African Parliament across the 54 countries. I think Kingi Bay and one other person represent Nigeria on that Pan-African Parliament. So these are the things we'll be pushing. We may not have seen the money, but we know definitely we will.
Of course.
When God is leading, He's leading as distinctive. So for me, and as many that are listening to me, the God factor one is there. And the conviction is also there. The truth is, when the heart of a man is made up, nothing can stop him. When the guys were building the Tower of Babel, they weren't Christians. They are not born again Christians. They just made it. They just had a conviction within themselves that men we are going to build Tower to heaven. And guess what? They started doing it. And God said, if I don't stop people, I created them. They will do it.
mm, mm, mm,
So this is it. In Genesis chapter 1, God was talking to the heavens. He said, let us make man in our own image and likeness. So when God was saying us, who was God referring to? I want to believe he was talking to the host of angels, the heavenly being, Angel Michael. Oh, let us. But when you read down, you now discover that, and God made man in his image. So God knew what was going to happen. So God didn't make man in the image of the angel. God now deposited himself into man that gives man authority over the devil and over the devil. So the God deposit in us gives us edge over anything. It's not about prayer. The moment your mind is made up, I've seen it work. Several occasions, the moment your mind is made up, nothing stops you. You see it happen. So it's about mentality and mindset. It's about mentality and mindset. So the moment your mentality is right and your stand with God is right, it becomes even more easier, for you to begin to break. A friend of mine said, "Oh, peace, BNS has gone. The opportunity that came." No, I say for God's children, there's no such thing as opportunity comes but once. It's not life. So can I tell you, can I give you a shocker?
Yes,
There's a new technology similar to our own technology, still an American. In fact, as I talk to you, they are begging on their knees for me to join them. They are begging. They say they are going to give me 5% of revenue generated from power sales. As I'm talking to you, they are begging. They've already installed in Malaysia. They've installed, in Kuala Lumpur. They are begging. How did I get to know them? I don't. But somehow, God keep directing us. And in conclusion, I just want us to take this one. A praying man without a convicted heart may achieve nothing.
A praying man without a convicted
heart will achieve nothing.
will achieve nothing. Which means if you are praying and you are not doing anything towards it, it's faith without work. It's a dead faith.
You can't. You can't. We tend to do more prayers here. I'm a pastor. I'm an ordained pastor in Christ Embassy, ordained pastor in the Living Faith Church. In fact, when I left Christ Embassy, Pastor Chris had to call me. I pastored, ambassador, I was sharing with you my venue, Timasi. That was when my church, I pastored the second largest, fastest growing church in Christ Embassy, Zone 1. That was where Adeji was my landlord, Dohati. So I know what it is. I've been a pastor, I've pastored nobody. There's a place. He said, "Seeth a man diligent in his work." He work with not men. So my emphasis, diligence. My emphasis is diligence. Today, at the verge of getting a finance license. But how did that idea come? I just sat down and said, he said, "Start a bank." And I keep asking God, how will I start a bank? He said, "Just start the process." As we speak, we are at the verge of our license from the central bank as a green development finance institution.
Wow,
so
amazing.
It's about diligence. Another thing that kept us, or that has kept me going, is meekness. No matter how high you go, never raise shoulder. Sometimes you say you are not a typical Igbo man. Yeah, you guys are typical Igbo man. When I was working with the BNS, they gave me a police escort, they gave me a DSS escort. And I told them, oh, what thing they escort me for? How much are they saying they are going to be paying you? You just go to your place and relax. You can use the money for your family. Because I don't need any protection. I need to assess people. When I'm not working, I'm looking around the street telling people about Jesus with money in my pocket. People need money. Pastor, àti jẹun, ayowó wà fún ọ lówó. Pastor, we are hungry. We are go to the supermarket. That is the life. So if I'm up there, I can't meet this need. And to the glory of God, before the end of this year, 2 of our buses will be on the road. It's called the moving chariot. Mowe to VI, Oshodi to VI, where the transport is almost zero. You said Mowe to VI is 3,000 naira, but we'll collect 500 naira or 300 naira. But while you're in our vehicle, we will preach to you. You see, the gospel is simple. There's no complexity about the gospel. We preach to you the gospel of love and the saving power of Christ. And if by spirit there's somebody there who needs help, and by the spirit God puts it in our heart, we'll single-handedly bring that person out. God said we should give you this. It's called the moving chariot. We are starting reality, but in fact, I've gone to inspect the bus in the yard in Ikorodu. 50 million, they refurbish bus, 50 million, the moving chariot. Because 80% of their salary is going into transport. If the government cannot do it, let's help.
Let's
but
help
while
them.
we are doing it,
I agree.
We are sharing God's word. We are not telling you to come to our church or to just know that God loves you. Just live right. Let love lead. If love is not in your heart, you find it very, very difficult. You cannot give what you don't have. Love is principal. Except for God so loved the world that He gave. He wasn't talking about the world of luxury. He was talking about the world of skyscrapers, the world of cars. He was talking about the world. He loved men irrespective of the sin they found themselves. And that is why He had to send His only begotten Son to die for them. So the message you are preaching is not His job. Jesus said, love your neighbor as yourself. The day you begin to love your neighbor as yourself, that is when I know you are ready. Your neighbor, your friend is hungry. He needs help from you. You are telling him to come back. No. And the reason why God wants to bless you, God said, I met my father in the Lord, Bishop. He said, God will take you places you never imagined. And the reason God wants to bless you is so that you be a blessing to others.
Ben.
My wife is my witness. The level of generosity I've been doing, I keep asking myself, oh, you spent this month, you've given out over 2-3 million. But if you don't do so, the money will not come. So that is why God is bringing in this project for us, Ambassador, so that we can use it to.
I agree. Can do a lot of good.
With money, you will have your voice heard. People, yes, you've been global cluster, but there's a kind of money that will enter your hand, Ambassador. CNN will be too small. The noise will be everywhere, creating a community just like what Charlie Kirk did. That I started following Charlie Kirk 3 years ago. In fact, I was talking to my pastor friend. He said, "Please, you have to meet this guy, Charlie Kirk. The guy is powerful." So I was already planning around meeting the guy. Powerful guy. He engages the youth. Oh, we know everybody have different political views, but let's start engaging ourselves. It started a movement that was penetrating the heart of the younger generation of America. So the only way to stop him is to kill him. So what you're doing is similar to what Charlie Kirk is doing. Beginning to change the mindset of the beginning to change the mindset of people. What you are doing, you and Charlie Kirk are not different. It's just that Charlie Kirk is making his own public. You can come and ask questions. you know, but you are doing it in a close way. But I know very soon
Mm.
it will be at that level
Of
when you can
course.
command the attention, when you can command the attention of the people, you
Mm-hmm.
can lead them. And
Mm-hmm.
one of the things that have helped me, I read a lot.
Mm.
I, I one time I became a personal development coach. I was trained by Stephen Covey, late Stephen
Mm.
Covey, the author of the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. He was at the time
Mm.
my mentor. I've also been under the tutelage of the leadership program of Brian Tracy. So
Mm.
I'm a person of book. I read. I eat like I eat. I read a lot. I
Mm.
read a lot. I remember I went to do a presentation for Institute of Medical Research. They normally
Mm.
have a program called Climate Change and Health.
Mm.
So they invited Honorable Minister for Health for a presentation. So
Mm.
the minister attend. The minister called one of my boss,
Mm.
Dr. Olaw Akinwumi,
Mm.
Dr. Olawale, yes. Doctor said, please, where are you? I said, I'm at home. Wear the best of your suit. You are going to the Institute of Medical Research and you are going to do
Mm.
a presentation on behalf of the Minister of
Mm.
Health. So when I got there,
Mm.
all the people there were professors. Professors were asking me questions.
Wow. I think the network, this is amazing. I believe we're all learning this morning. You see, a lot of times when it comes to something that will build people, stories that will build people's capacity, a lot of times we don't really pay attention to them. And it's quite unfortunate that this meeting needs to be shared with people. You can see a man that transit, you know, from where this man transits from a field to another field. This man is an epitome of resilience, and he talks about, I told people, there was a time we're handling a section and I said, prayer, your work is actually your prayer. What you do on a daily basis, what you do on a daily basis, they are your prayers. Most people thinks that it is the word they said that is their prayer. No, your action, they are your prayers. How you react to situations, they are your prayers. And you can see opportunities are always coming to people. This is the global cluster, and it's the first nation building social media platform. Guess what? Why a lot of people are fighting? This government is this government is that. That one is not doing this. The global cluster is already solving problems. I'm not a politician. I'm a pure humanitarian. If we are saying that if you think this country needs one sort of help, start it. You don't need to be the president. Start it small. Start in your neighborhood. Start effecting change. People will see you in the world. You can see how he was spotted. Yesterday, in our People to People Revolution, Cluster Fares talked about someone that just volunteered to control traffic. And one day, the governor saw him and they gave him employment. This man said he was speaking in some events and all of that, and this and that, and people spotted him. From the way he's talking, you know that he has a lot inside. You understand? And he's a spontaneous person. Like attract like. Immediately we met, we gelled. we connected. Because you must have put something inside of yourself to be able to like pass something. A lot of people like the way I speak and all of that, but you're not ready. We're having a program, a free program like this, that a whole community should sit down and learn from successful people and listen to their stories. And we have published a lot of stories on the social media, on YouTube, that people should learn from. But somebody will stay somewhere and start saying, Sanwo-Olu did not do this, Tinubu did not do this, Kiniko did not do this. Excuse me, when you talk about nation building, it's about people's building. It is the development of your life, that if your life is developed, that means the nation is developed. That is one thing you should know. So this is the global clusters, and we are saying, instead of end SARS, instead of end bad governance, let us engage in the mind surgery revolution. And you can see the surgeon of the day has done really justice on it. And I will be hearing feedback from people, you understand? And this is the man that the global cluster is the regional head of Remedy Earth. And the global cluster is working very closely with him. And you can see, he said another opportunity to solve electricity is here. They are calling him to leave Remedy Earth to move. And I'll tell him, you're not leaving Remedy Earth. Because me, I'm a solution person. I'm going to call him after this call, and I'm going to tell him the solution, how we go about it. And this is an opportunity. We're going to set another cluster for that. And we're going to recommend that cluster for them. That is it. That is why we are the global cluster, to solve problems. Everyone can play in the industry. So, having said that, I will want to just get people's feedback. Let me start from TikTok. Let me start from TikTok. Let me start from Omoba. That is the name. You used to be this thing of Lagos before, but now you are Omoba. What's your take on today's?
I used to be Monarch of Lagos.
Monarch of Lagos. I don't know what metamorphose. People can change from one place to the other. So, what's your take on today's mind surgery concerning the surgeon of the day?
Thank you very much, sir. I'm so happy to be part of this program this morning, and I've learned a lot. Seriously, I've learned a lot, and I'm so grateful for everything you have been doing. And I pray God bless you and everything you do. Yeah, like to me, like I'm lifted already. Like I've learned a lot, and the only thing is we just need to make a move. We don't need to wait for our government to do some certain things for us. We just need to stop complaining. We just need to do in a little way we can contribute to the society, to everyone around us. We should just try and make a change. That's all I have to say. Sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. He said we should just try and make a change. Before I come to Ms. Olufunke Abidemi, let me go to the StreamYard. Good morning to you. Let me go to the StreamYard. Let's hear from Clusterian Afosa Joshua. What's your take on today's mind surgery revolution on the StreamYard?
Beautiful morning to you, sir. Thank you for your contribution to the growth of our nation and the world at large. Special thanks to Dr. Oko and also our mind surgeon of today. In short, today is so insightful. A lot to learn from, like someone who is so passionate, someone who is committed, someone who is so diligent. And I say that at first he takes God factor serious, right? Because he's one that once you put him first, you give you direction. So if you are going in his own direction, then things will come easier. But if you're doing it your own way, you just be struggling and be struggling. So
Mm,
not after God's law, we have our own part to play as well. But there was
mm,
part that he
mm,
said that it's not about fasting and prayer that can solve some things. God have given
mhm,
us those power, has given authority. So it's left for us to make a move and make those changes. So diligence is very
mm,
important. Commitment to whatever we are doing. So he's one who is so committed in whatever he does. That's why doors are opening. They are things are
on their
just he's
own
not
accord.
just on one spot.
Mm, mm,
Yes, and integrity. Integrity is very
mm,
important. Some offers
mm,
that he turned down, and of course, which elevated him
mm,
for
mm,
which
mm,
opened bigger doors for him. So integrity is very important. And the last part before he left was personal development, reading. He
mm,
talked about reading,
mm,
and that is
mm,
very important. Acquire knowledge and there,
mm,
because that is for someone to go and represent a minister. No, now you
mm,
can't be
mm.
someone that is not um is not
Sound.
well
Somebody
developed.
sound.
So
Mm.
thank you very much for this is my submission. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Cluster and Joshua Afosel, for that wonderful contribution. Let me go back to TikTok. Um, Sister Olufunke Abidemi, I know you have been listening. It's my surgery revolution of the global clusters. And we say instead of end SARS, instead of end bad governance, we should engage in critical thinking, creative thinking, innovative thinking, thinking out of the box, developing great memory, flexibility, speed, focus. And we call a surgeon of the day, a meaningful Nigerian. I've just spoken to us. Is the regional head of Remedy Earth. Is a multinational company, and they are solving energy problem. We are going to soon have lights everywhere in Nigeria. You understand? And the global cluster is moving it. And we are not politicians, but we are talking to the government. And that is what we're saying. Everyone should contribute their own quota. The global cluster is creating opportunities in different fields, in agriculture, in real estate, in exports, in so many things. If you have anybody that is jobless, send them to the global cluster. Let them start, even if they don't have a dime, they can become a spark cover, and from there they can move forward. So, what's your take on today's mind surgery? Olufunke Abidin. Sister Olufunke, unmute yourself and talk to us on TikTok. Hello, you are muted.
I'm not. I'm not sure. I'm not sure she's there.
Okay. If she's not there, let me go back to the StreamYard. Maybe she'll be back. You know, we can put in the comment section that we're trying to get our attention to give contribution. If you're joining the live, it's mind surgery of the global clusters, and you can watch the full video. You understand? It's inspiring on YouTube, on Facebook right now. You understand? You know, it's live on YouTube at the global clusters. TheGlobalClusters. So you can actually be part of this. Gunaidin, brother Kadeshim. Let's get updates from the diction guru himself, Clustering for Rex. What's your take on today's mind? Correct.
Yes, my global president. Thank you very much, sir. Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Mhm.
And thank you for all you do for humanity, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for bringing Sir Peace Obituary once more. And it's I don't want to talk about the network issues, but I know that the global clusters is on the path of bringing another solution as regards network issues. Data
Yes, of course.
subscription. Because I remember I had one discussion with somebody in the UK, and he was saying, yes, this thing can be done. It's possible. So that people that are ready for the global clusters, I believe there are people we have not even reached out to yet. And I think that's why the task the global president gave us last week, let's talk to people in our community, tell them there's something free of charge. The app is currently being worked upon, and this thing is free. It's a free training. Free training, just like some sites that have free courses you could take. And going back to Dr. Michelle Uko, by the virtue of the link or the opportunity she shared with us, a handful of us were able to, take some courses. You understand? Right now, I have some, I have certification in about no fewer than 2 courses, a Cambridge package. But that's not where I am. That's not even where I'm going to end it. It means that we have a whole lot more. There are many opportunities that we are not just blowing, like Ambassador will say, we are not blowing smoke. He doesn't blow smokes. Yes, this thing it's obvious, but we are asking people to come in, and it doesn't cost much. We have free versions. If you're still saying, okay, let me see are they real? Are they okay? Join our free daily trainings. Join, and see. Hear with your ears. See with your eyes. Hear with your ears. And you can even verify. Thank God for the internet. If you are in doubt, okay, what's his name? Sir Peace Obichiri, Regional Director, Africa and some European parts. Okay, let me Google. Let me search. Okay, I keep telling people, if you don't believe what I am saying, I entered a place last week and I told them that I don't want to talk too much, but I'm sure of what I'm telling you. We have a physical office here. You can come and make inquiries. We have an office here. Like if you want to learn about the global clusters, the place is open. Come. I go to them. We're not it's not gainsaying. We're not just trying to tell you what is not true. People, these days, people feel, I want scam here and there. I say, okay, if it is a scam. This man, United Nations Ambassador for Quality and Affordable Education, the whole of Africa. Google his name. Ambassador Adekule has this bad news. Google. I think you know the internet now. Everything is there. So do you think that he wants to tarnish his image? Then we'll collect money from you, will not give you what we are saying we have for you. Then they will keep quiet. That's the tool, one of the tools I'm using that is helping me. Because people have been scammed. We know, no doubt. People have been scammed. No, I paid money to this agency and they told us that, and I said, see, forget all those things. Bad things will continue to happen. But we are saying that good things will continue. We want the good things. We want to be pushing. We are pushing the good things so that you can ignore the bad things. And that's why we're having meetings every day. And Ambassador was saying something. When I entered, the network was doing somehow. When I entered, they were saying that it's unfortunate. It's quite unfortunate that things like this that will benefit, that people will really benefit. People don't want to listen. They don't want to, I beg. Sometimes I talk to people. Once I start to talk, some of them are bros. I said, it's what we go for you that I'm talking about. It's what we go for you that I'm talking about. Listen first. Now we're even saying, okay, you don't have money for subscription. Okay, we have our premium package, 61K. If you don't have that, the free one is here. Join first. By the time you join and you see what we are gaining. So by the time you see what we are doing, the no-brainer, sir, you will be able to say, wow. Then getting 30,000 or 61,000, you know how to, even if it means borrowing. The other day, my spiritual father was talking about, yes, sir, borrowing money to do something good is not a crime. Now, do you know that in the Bible, this person was asked, that woman, I'm not sure now if it's the widow of Zarephath or who now, borrow not a few, go and borrow. And she borrowed, but at the end of the day, she was able to pay. You understand? All the debt she was owing, she was able to settle everything. So borrowing to do something meaningful is not bad. Why do people borrow money to go and buy clothes? Actually, be thousands. I have this doctor. She's one of the senior matrons in UITH. I've told her about the global clusters. But busy. But I had to add her. She's on the global clusters right now. She's doing her PhD right now, and I'm one of her resource persons. Yes, she's on the global cluster. She has not paid her subscription, though, but I added her. I said, yes, ma'am. Through her, I think we can bring in other people so that they can know that what we are doing here is not that we want to collect money. We want to help people. We want to help people. We want them to know that, okay, if you don't have money to go to the University of Ilorin or go to Kwara State University here, then Global Clusters is ready to educate you. You can, if you join the Global Cluster platform, you can take courses. You can take free courses.
Yes.
You can take courses and step up your game. So that's what we're not just shouting and just saying we want to waste time. We're not wasting time. We're not time wasters. So if anybody is listening right now, please just go to our website www.theglobalclusters.org. We may not be able to tell you everything here because other people are going to give their summation. You know, the spokesperson has given us wonderful things. He said we should, and I want to say that I don't know this former monarch that spoke. I don't know him. The former monarch of Lagos. He said we should stop complaining. Stop complaining. Start to act. Move out. Step out. Nobody will come and give you 1 million now. But when you have something to give, they will run after you. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. That is the voice of the diction guru, and that is Cluster and Faret, giving his submission. It's mind surgery revolution of the global clusters, and there is no any excuse for anybody, regardless of your level. If you know you want something to do, come to the global clusters, even with your free hand. See, what we want from you, what we want you to possess is your integrity is enough. Because you're a human being is enough. Then hard work is enough. Get ready to work. If you're ready to work, we'll give you something to do. Presently, the Global Cluster is seeking volunteers in the 774 local government. We're seeking volunteers to add different clusters that are bringing different solutions. The ARE needs people. The media network needs people. The diction needs people. The review department needs people. So we need everyone to come around and on this intellectual movement. We said that it is possible. If we cannot build from the top, we can build from the ground. Two ways of trying to build our father's land. If you cannot build, sometimes development structures come from, for instance, what was happening in Burkina Faso, everybody likes it, that the leader is leading and everybody is following. But if we felt that our leader are not doing what we expect them to do, then the global cluster is telling you that let us, the citizens, be responsible for ourselves. Let us all come together and champion a good movement, not the movement to drag the government down, but the movement to develop ourselves. And that is why we're talking about mind surgery this morning. It's to jumpstart you. It's for you to be your own surgeon. You understand? Learn from other people's story and let it have a great impact in you. So Bola Joy on TikTok, please, what's your take on this?
Good morning, sir. Ambassador.
Excellent morning to you.
I'm a member of Global Costa for a long time. So true, I like your select.
Wow, amazing. But we've not been seeing you in the meeting.
But the thing is,
we've not been seeing you.
The thing is, I come to meeting maybe 2 times.
Oh, go back.
So
because you need to. Where do you live? Where do you stay?
But the thing is, Dublin.
Dublin. Okay. Ó yẹ kẹ́ ti máa ṣiṣẹ́ Dublin lọ báyìí. Gbogbo iṣẹ́ Dublin ló yẹ kẹ́ máa ṣe. Ẹ ṣe àìsí mi lórí WhatsApp. Ṣé yí eyín? Mo ní nọ́mbà yín náà. A ti sọ̀rọ̀ rí náà dáadáa. Okay, ẹ díẹ̀ mi ní nọ́mbà yín. Ẹ díẹ̀ mi nọ́mbà yín sí mi. Ẹ díẹ̀ mi nọ́mbà yín sí mi. Because you need to start the work everywhere. We need to put Africans together in Dublin, and we need to start the movement. Go ahead, please contribute to the next meeting.
Yeah, the little thing I want to say about the global cluster, although I don't know much, but I attend to the meeting 2 times. But I see many people talking about business thing. My opinion, I think, is if you can get yourself ready to do something,
yes,
in global cluster, we'll get it. So the thing is like me now, because I don't really have much time, but now I'm ready now to even come because I has been disturbing me like I'm like you pay money, you don't even show up, you don't even do this. So like and I lost her number, I lost my phone. So
okay, I will share everything with you. DM your number to me. I will even give you someone that will follow up on you. Farex, I'm going to give you this Sister Bola's number. Then, do you know that there is a lot of opportunity for you? Like, for instance, we have several partnerships now. We have partnership with the hotel. You understand? For people that want to come and do holiday during December, special programs, we can tell people in Dublin to come. Then they give us commission on it. We have for energy, green energy. We have opportunity for green energy. Most of the companies in Dublin, they want to change their power. Most factories want to change their power. You can be the one to take this power to them, the proposals to them.
Okay, sir.
I'm telling you, all the associations that we have that are Africans in the diaspora, you understand? You know, the Nigerians in the diaspora, the Ghanaians in the diaspora, the Ivorians in the diaspora, all of these people, you need to take the global cluster to them and let them come together to develop Africa, because this is born in Africa to the world. And we have other things too. We have the Airbnb side, we have the media side, we have so many things that is on ground now. We have the ARE, Agric Real Estate and Export. There are opportunity for you to own your own farm, and people will be farming for you, and you understand, you'll be making money at the same time, and you'll be empowering the youth to work on the farm. It's a no-brainer. Please, yes, we have that opportunity. You can even rent the farm, or you can buy outrightly. 1 acre is about 2.5 million, 6 plots. You understand? Farmland. We have something in Arepo that is currently going for half the price. You understand? That you can build a plot of land that is going for 30 million. You can do 15 million. And the statutory fee is going for 3 million. You can do 1.5. With 16.5 million, you can own a plot of land, build apartment there. You can add it to the global apartment cluster. You can be making money. You can be generating naira. Nigeria will be great. All Nigerians in the diaspora needs to wake up now. I live in Turkey too. Do you understand? And I'm not joking with this because I know what is going to happen. I know what is going to happen. And the global cluster is the solution. We're bringing everybody together. If you have young ones, like let's say, hey, Antibola, Efuminiko, Antibola, Efuminiko, throw them into the global clusters. If you have just 61,000, empower them. They will take UK diploma course with it. Either in data analysis, cybersecurity, will give them a mentor. They can start their journey of empowerment with just 61,000. Even if they don't have money, they can start free. If they are serious, they should be giving you a report on the daily meeting. We do 11 trainings per week. 11. It's a no-brainer. We have started today now. This is the first training. In the evening, we are having another training called Survival Strategies in the New Normal. You understand? That will start around 5. You understand? And we are going to learn, because new normal, COVID was new normal to us.
On this black app.
Black app, YouTube, Facebook. You understand? We are on YouTube and I'm talking to you right now. You can go and watch the rest of the story of the person that came today. You can go to YouTube, the Global Cluster, subscribe. You understand? Facebook, subscribe. LinkedIn, subscribe. TikTok, subscribe. Instagram, subscribe. You will see all of the review. All this meeting will be packaged in a review and will be sent out. Tomorrow, we're going to do Humanity Revolution. That is 3. By 5 o'clock, you understand? We're going to do Humanity Revolution, the place of empathy, kindness, you know, the place of care, the place of kindness, the place of compassion in nation building. And after that, on Wednesday, we're going to do Genuine Love Revolution. We are all product of love. We are all product of excitement. 2 people gave an excitement to produce you, to produce me. You know, we were considered bundle of joy. Anytime they remember the day they gave back to us, there was the celebration in the room. Why is it not radiating in our society? We talk about the place of self-love, you know, the place of love for your neighbor and the place of love for your environment. You understand? So every Thursday we do 3 things. The ARE between 12 and 1. Then we do B2B, business to business network. We call all the professionals around the globe to come and discuss what they do. And you can pick something from there. And in the evening, we talk about accurate connection. We tell young people how to connect with great minds. with their competence, with their integrity, with their truthfulness, with their sincerity. And every Friday we talk about certificate revolution. It's a no-brainer, you know, that everybody must acquire skills now. We let people know that even if you cannot speak good English, you can be educated in your mother's tongue, in Yoruba, in Igbo, in Hausa, in Pidgin. So we talk on Saturday, we talk about security in the morning, and in the evening we talk about accurate knowledge and information. And on Sunday we talk about people to people. Go to YouTube, you see all of the videos that we have done. It's a place to learn and develop nation. Thank God you are in Dublin. What makes them to develop is their mindset. The whole of Dublin is not up to 6 million. You need to see the way they are operating there. So, Sister Bola, a DM number and see me, and I will share it with Cluster for Rex, and it's going to follow up on you. So, every other person, we want you to give your comments, you know, on YouTube, on Facebook about what you have had today, what's your take, and our time is fast spent. We want to draw the curtain today. I want to appreciate everyone for coming by, and I want to thank you for attending today's meeting. I hope the meeting has been able to jumpstart you for the day, that you're going to, you know, take some steps. So I would say, who are we? We are a consortium of professionals or aspiring professionals, technocrat or aspiring technocrat, entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs, where we share accurate knowledge of our industry. Why? Because it gives us right power, accurate information, because that's the bridge between where we are and where we ought to be. Accurate connection, because to whom we are connected to determines what we collect. We're not just a social media platform with a marketplace with instant monetization, with the best monetization on earth. We are the first nation building social media platform on earth, and it's proudly Nigeria, proudly Africa to the world for nation building. To join us, you can be a spark over. Just, you know, like, you're going to be add to a WhatsApp group. You're going to be shared all of the information, everything that you need, the training and all of that. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Facebook channel, TikTok channel, Instagram channel, X channel, Snapchat channel, LinkedIn channel, and join the movement. Anytime we have meetings, we have 11 meetings. I've just mentioned them earlier. And or you become a premium member. And our premium member now, a custodian package is going for 61,000 naira or its equivalent. You can use it to empower somebody. And it comes with a discounted UK diploma course where you do data analysis, cybersecurity, certified nursing assistant, social health worker, mini MBA, business analysis, AI courses, you know. So you can do that. Or if you want to sell in the community as a vendor, it's 81,000 naira. One time, lifetime, and it equally comes with those courses. So to join us, download the app on Play Store, or you go to www.theglobalclusters.org. And guess what? The Spark Up is getting more interesting, because the app for the Spark Up, by weekend, max next week, we're going to have the app, and everyone will be able to like join their Spark Up. Just to let you know, NDLA said yes to us. IBB, our former president, said yes to us, said it was given a shot. NYC said yes to us. And we have a lot of great partners in several clusters that are solving problems. So we're telling people, come and learn how to survive in the new normal in the evening by 5 p.m. Come and learn how to survive. Survival strategy. Arika, my daughter, I will expect to see you in the evening again around 5 p.m. You're welcome. So, Sister Bola, Joy, send the number again. I know I should, but just send it again to me. So having said that, I want to see you in the evening. So do have a wonderful evening. And if you want to join, we need
notification bell now. So anytime you're in the program, so
yes, it will notify you definitely.
The black cap will be notified me.
Yes, so, and on your YouTube too.
Coming.
YouTube
and Ambassador, please, maybe we'll talk on our program, sir.
Okay, no problem. So having said that, yes, I want to say, yes, everyone should have a wonderful Monday, and please keep becoming a nation builder. You understand? Keep building nations. Keep building people. When you build people, you build nations. Pick someone and start building their lives. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, sir. Thank you. God bless, sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Yeah.